Hello Flash fans, and welcome to another episode. I'm so happy that you have joined us for this one. Tell a friend, call somebody, let them know that Flashpoint is on. And when you finish, share to all your friends and loved ones. Carry us on, support us. We need your support, so continue to support us, continue to encourage us. We appreciate it, and we appreciate you. So please, let me tell you a little bit about the episode that you're about to see. You know, in romantic relationships, sometimes we confuse the two, whether arguments or verbal abuse are in effect. All right, we just sit down. I sat down with my in-house guest to talk about whether when you're in a relationship and you get into an argument, if it goes as far as becoming a verbal abuse or it's just a mere argument. You know, we don't want to confuse the two. We want to know where we stand, and we'll do something about it. We talk about tips, clues that makes you see signs that, oh, listen, this is not just an argument. This is maybe a verbal abuse, so you need to stop it. Or this is just an argument between couples. It's okay, they'll get over it. So come, sit down with us. Let's enjoy the show, okay? After you finish, I'm gonna repeat it again. Share. I can't say that enough, all right? Enjoy this episode. We'll see you in a flash. Flashpoint. Hello Flash fans, and welcome to this episode of Flashpoint. I am so happy that you have joined us. Please remember to call a friend, let them know that Flashpoint is on. After you finish viewing though, I'm gonna ask you for one thing, and you already know what it is. Please share amongst your friends, because you know that that's the only way we know that you're in support of what we're doing. Okay, like us on our Facebook, go on our Instagram page and our YouTube, share it, okay, so we can all be one. So when you go on YouTube though, subscribe, so when we do a video, you will be the first to know. All right, we're back at you again with another episode, and this time we're talking about the difference between verbal abuse and an argument between couples in a relationship. That is the topic of this episode of Flashpoint. We want to elaborate a little bit and talk about the things that happen when couples come together, you know, as far as, you know, them arguing, and then if it escalates into verbal abuse. We want to know, so we want to talk about it. So if you are out there and you're experiencing something like this, you know that the difference. Is this a verbal abuse, or is this just an argument? All right, so stay tuned. You know, I'm with my in-house guest as always. He's here with me, and we're gonna discuss it. So join us. We'll be right back. All right, Flash fans, here we are again, once again. Thank you guys so much. Without you, I don't know if we will be still running this show. So thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts, right, Pastor?
Sure.
Thank you so much. You know, Pastor, you know I like having discussions with you.
Sure.
And now that we can be out a little bit, I guess 50%, you know, we can come out into this beautiful scenery,
sure,
and then have our discussions here.
This is beautiful nature, you know.
Yeah.
I like the fresh air, the trees, the smell to it is beautiful.
It's absolutely
God bless you for bringing me out of my room.
Your zone.
Yes.
All right, you know, Pastor, today I wanted to talk about the difference between verbal abuse and just an argument between couples. You know, now, you know, we've been stuck in the rooms. Exactly. I guess we've been forced to be stuck with our partners inside of the room. So we're bound to get tired of each other. And I know there's gonna be some small things going on within the house that, you know, because once you're stuck with somebody for a long time, things begin to happen, right? Yes. And you know, with whether it's in a romantic relationship or just a little kid being bullied in the playground or something, you know, name calling is something that I feel that is it can be abusive if it's habitual. You know, if people continue to do that, like it's a method of belittling somebody. You know, in your own experience, what do you think, like the name calling? Do you think that that's something that can be considered as verbal abuse?
Sure. First, thank you very much for bringing me all the time, and I believe names are very important.
Right.
Names are very important. The reason I'm saying this is because in the Bible, God actually from creation, God gave us names, you know, and Adam was named Adam, Eve was named Eve. It's for a reason and for a purpose. And when God was done with them, he even gave them the authority to name every animal. So names are for a very, it has a deep meaning to it. So let's say I'm called Adam, or let's say a name. Let's just say a name that means peace, okay? And this time around, I'm in a relationship, I'm in a marital relationship, and for some reason things are not going the way it's supposed to go, and all of a sudden the man or the woman decides to change my name and call me dummy.
Right.
You are trying to change my destiny. Because originally I'm called peace.
Right.
And everything around me is peaceful. So the moment you begin to call me dummy, things we have to consider it, because then it's gonna eat into your mind. If you are not strong,
Of course,
it will
of
eat
course,
into your
of course.
Yeah.
That's the same thing about when, you know, a particular person in the relationship is being so condescending, you know, and they being sarcastic over things and patronizing you about things, you know. I mean, another example that they have, you know, when people say, oh, let me make sure that I put this in a way that you can understand, you know. That statement, people make it like you don't really get something, or you don't understand, or you're too, might I say, stupid to understand something, you know. That's when they're being condescending towards their other partner. And I believe that that's also a form of abuse.
It is because the fact that somebody doesn't understand or get something doesn't mean the person is dummy.
Right.
We have different ways of understanding things, and we have different ways of doing things.
Right.
You know, so I know it happens a lot in relationship where you the other person is, I don't want to say a man or a woman,
Because both genders do that,
Yes,
you know.
exactly.
I mean, I don't want to be sexist or anything, but you know, men tend to do a little bit more than the women. I mean, I'm just saying, you know.
Why are the men always being blamed when it comes to relationships?
No.
Listen, there are some men in relationship who are suffering more than other women in a relationship. Yes, believe me.
Okay.
And like we were saying, we understand things in different ways.
Right.
You know, our level of understanding is different. So when I don't get it, that is not a fact that you begin to use it
Patronize
against me.
me.
When are you going to be smart?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When
Little
at
things
all
like
are you
that.
going to be smart?
Yes. When are you gonna get this? I've
When
been
are you
saying
going to
this
get
so many
this?
times.
Exactly. It makes the other person it breaks the person down if mentally they are not strong.
Yeah.
So I believe there's a way of going about
it.
these things. You know, it's a nice way of going about it.
Yeah. That you know, both genders have to practice.
Exactly.
Both genders have to practice. You know, I mean, let's take a seat. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned. Keep watching. Tell a friend that Flashpoint is on. Me and Pastor are here, and we're talking about a really, really good subject. So, fans, we are back, and we're still talking about the subject of whether in relationship, if verbal abuse, the difference between verbal abuse and just a normal arguments. And Pastor and I was just rounding up talking about being condescending, right?
Sure.
And now I want to talk about criticism. Criticism, when they criticize you, for example, like, you know, you always upset about something, you always play the victim, you know, all the time that they say that's why nobody likes you, you know, stuff like that, statement like that people say, that's used to criticize you, you know what I'm saying? So when, as a pastor, I know that you're used to counseling people before and after, you know, marriage and during marriage, you know, when an issue like this is presented to you, how will you manage to solve it or to make it better among the couple?
Well, I believe in every in life, let's say general, every form of criticism should be constructive.
Right.
Every form. You should not criticize somebody just to break the person apart.
There's nothing wrong with constructive
destroy
criticism.
the person.
Yeah.
But after you have criticized the person,
Right.
I believe that you should be able to make the person better than
Yes,
before.
absolutely.
Something positive that will actually make the person think about it, like what he or she is saying is true, is important.
Right.
I need to adjust things a little bit. But if you criticize somebody by just breaking with the intention of abusing them,
Yes, that's the word. That's the word.
with the intention of abusing them, you are stupid. You will never get it. You are good for nothing.
Yeah.
Then you say good for nothing.
Yeah.
And the person, if the person is not strong, then they will remain good for nothing, because the very person that loves them, that they have tied the knot with,
Right.
the very person that gets to know who he or she is telling me that I am good for nothing, then who else
Is he gonna be good for?
will accept me?
Yes.
So any form of criticism should be able to construct the person,
Right.
and bring the person to a better form.
Yeah.
That is the best criticism.
It's true. I mean, that's why
There's nothing wrong with criticizing things.
Absolutely
If you don't
nothing.
criticize things, then things will go wrong.
Right.
But like I said, when you do, let it construct.
Yes,
the
yes,
person.
yes. There is a fine line
A fine
between
line,
like
exactly.
arguments and and being abusive.
Exactly.
I mean, it's so easy to cross it. I mean, us as individuals, as human, we naturally cross it all the
Exactly.
time. But I think that we must realize the difference as adults.
What it does to other people.
Other people, absolutely. We absolutely must realize that and then move on. I'm so glad that you joined us today. We are going to continue this heated conversation,
Exactly.
right? Right now, our time is up, but we're gonna continue this heated conversation.
Maybe if we can handle one more,
One
would be
more.
nice.
All right, so
Yeah.
I want to talk about degrading.
Degrading.
Yes,
Wow.
degrading. I want to talk about degrading. Is that a form of abuse? In a relationship. You know what I'm saying? For example, a husband will say to the wife, before you come home, I'll be gone. You know what I'm saying? Without you, without me, you're nothing. Like you're nobody. Without me. Statement like this happens every single day in household.
When that begins to happen, there's no respect in the family.
Right.
And relationship, the most important thing in a relationship is respect. It's respect. Now, I was having a conversation with a friend, and we were talking, not actually talking about somebody, but we were discussing something that has happened in a relationship where we found out that the man was dating somebody out there. Okay, it's two categories of people. These two guys are dating different girls out there, but then when one goes home, there's this kind of respect. Okay, and then the other one, the degrading. By the time you come, I'm out of here.
Yes.
Now they all doing the same thing, which is not good.
Right.
But one has respect, because you see, you have to respect your partner.
Absolutely.
No matter what you are doing, no matter how the relationship is, there has to be a level of respect,
Right.
where you will not cross
The line.
the
That
line.
fine line of
the
abuse.
fine line, exactly. But here is another person who is out of hands, no
Going crazy.
control.
No control.
Yeah, when that thing happens in a relationship, then you have a lot of work to do.
Thank you so much. We really have to go. We're gonna continue this conversation. Flash fans, I'm so glad that you joined us. Share this video. We will continue this conversation come next week. So grab a seat. Let everybody know that Flashpoint is on.